Good morning, good morning, good morning, you guys.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Real Talk with SLR.
How are you guys doing today?
Y'all, we got blue skies and sunshine today. The mountain is popping with some more green.
Yep. It is definitely popping a lot more over the course of the days and whatnot.
Yeah.
I can see a little bit more getting closer to the top of the mountain.
Yeah.
Which that will tell us when, it's really, really...
Like, look over there. You see, like, see the ridge line right through the trees and how there's, like, that super light green?
Nope.
Yep.
It's getting there.
It's getting there. That means spring is about to be springing.
And it's going to be popping hard, I feel like.
I feel like, too.
I mean, we got so much rain just over that last storm and whatnot that everything's starting to go crazy. I mean, our garden area over where it was just dirt has got quite a bit of grass or whatever the heck it is over there.
Grass and weeds and all kinds of stuff.
All sorts of stuff.
I still got to dig out. I don't know what happened to it, honestly. I don't know if it's in our storage shed or if it's somewhere in like the utility room or something. But I did have a big bag of like ground clover. And it was the varying colors.
I think I know where it is.
Do you?
I think it's in the maintenance room.
Okay, that's what I was thinking. I was like, it's got to be in there or somewhere. And our maintenance room right now is a bomb because it's a bomb. The last couple times that we've worked and stuff, and even yesterday, right? Like we've been getting it, and then we had the trip and everything. And so when we were working, we were just kind of like tired at the end of the day.
The problem is
we just threw everything in there.
The problem is this: we don't really we have places for storage, but for safe storage, we don't really have that many places like you would think. You know what I mean? Yeah.
No, the main problem is that we have shelves and that the tools just get put on the floor in there.
Yep.
And then instead of put on the shelves. And then it just gets stacked on top of each other.
What I need to do is start bringing a lot of my tools and everything. I need to start bringing them up.
Into the house.
Into the house. Because a lot of the work is now going to be up here.
It is.
And it's going to be starting to, progress up and everything else like that. Only downside is I don't really have batteries per se, or
you know what we do have?
Electrical up in there.
We have that Blue Eddy.
Yeah, and we could put that up in there.
We could use the Blue Eddy in here, like with the stackable batteries, and just charge that sucker up, and then like once every
run an electrical
cord up here and charge her up
on a not so windy day or anything like that. Yeah. We can do that, and that will open up that area quite a bit.
I think we just found something for us to do this weekend. We're definitely not going to do it today. We're going to keep running with the disaster areas for a little bit because Gary and I are on a mission. Yesterday, we're staring at this right now, and I just got to say, dust your little shoulder off some more, baby, because you did your thing. Those numbers were hard.
They were. It was up there.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of tedious back and forth, unfortunately. But I feel like it's the fortunate aspect to where it's like, this is where it should be.
We're fortunate because you could figure it out.
I don't know. It's in the ballpark, right? And it looks great.
It looks fantastic, guys.
It looks really, really straight.
I wonder, that's not a ledger board. It's
I don't know the
terminology. A rim board? Okay.
I want to say that's what it's called.
For the sake of conversation, we're going to call it a rim board today. But we've got the beams all up. And yes, the crazy corner one.
Yeah.
Gary got up. We got this whole line we're staring at. And I would show it to you, but I don't want to steal our own thunder yet. Yeah. We still got a lot of work to do over here. And we did some recording yesterday, so I'm going to put it out in a vlog for y'all soon.
Yeah.
Probably towards the end of the week. Today I got another vlog coming out for you, which is work that we did even earlier on this week, and I'll just say that's on the second tier, so you guys will see that one today.
Yep.
But me and Gary, we were talking about it, and Gary had brought up, because I know you guys probably get sick of it because we're so wishy-washy sometimes, but we had talked about doing the roof right here and how we settled on just doing it kind of sloped out and just doing it flat. Well, this morning, Gary brought up to me, he's like, so Mel, I've been thinking about that A-frame again, and I'm sitting here like, bar-rar-rar, what? Changing skeet skirt. And you got a point, so you can talk to him, and I'll say this too, another reason why I'm kind of floating with okay, let's really hear this out instead of no, we had a plan, let's stick to it, is because we're also really considering our roof metal too. the style of metal. And we're also like pricing things out, and that definitely dictates part of our build as well. And we're thinking also like maybe shingles.
Yeah.
Just because of different things and
cost more so than anything else.
Yeah.
A lot of it comes back down to cost and looking
the
at
almighty dollar in the economy.
What's the bottom dollar, basically, right? And it's shingles wouldn't be a bad idea. I'm just saying, off of price wise.
Yeah.
And
but the downside is that in like 10 or 15 years or so, they're going to have to be replaced.
Yep.
Where the metal, you do it and it's done.
It's a lot of waste too. Where we're trying to do the best in the sense of not wasting as much material, having as much stuff go into the landfill as much as possible.
Exactly.
But at the same time, we're all human, and it's one of those things that it's very hard to bring that down.
It's inevitable unless you are literally living like almost tribal.
Yeah.
I'm sure you understand what I mean by that. I can't think of a better way to put it.
I mean, that is a pretty good way to put it right there.
Back in the olden days with super off-grid like that, hunting the buffalo and making the clothes and
But it's it's a lot of aspects in different ways, right? Like that, to where it's like if you're doing that, then every 10, 15 years, that's a lot of waste. We would have to,
or we could do it, or
we'd fill up the dumpster that we have over there,
or like
twice.
Look, so we could do it in asphalt now, and then in 10 and 15 years from now, we might be in a better position to do the metal then.
No. I mean,
you know what I'm saying?
No, I hear
look,
you.
we're not in a bad position, not by any means. I don't want anybody thinking any of that, but we are family and we have to figure out how we do stuff.
To keep things rolling.
To keep everything rolling. To be able to go on to the next step and then the next step and...
Yeah. But at the same time, like I said, it's one of those things where I'm looking at it and I'm trying to really picture what it is that we're trying to do.
Yeah.
And it's coming down to that aspect as well as like the solar aspects. Like it would be the best to use the standing seam roof for attaching the solar. Like no matter which way you look at it, because it clamps onto the metal, not the roof.
That's if you want to put the solar on the metal, on the roof, and not have a solar field down somewhere else where it'll be easier for you to clean and maintain.
Correct. So there's a lot of things to go back and forth on. But however,
these are all the crazy things that we have to think about, guys, when you move to raw acreage in the middle of nowhere and you're trying to build a homestead from scratch.
You can go down a lot of lanes on anything that you do in life.
Yeah, you can.
So trying to think of every single one to where it's like, okay, which one is it that I want to do exactly? And it comes down to, like I said, I brought back the A-frame. If we did it right there, we would be able to see pretty much all of the mountain. Not the whole mountain, but you'd see the peak, right?
Yeah.
And you'd be able to see a bit of it. Right now we're sitting and we're able to see pretty much all of the mountain minus what is blocking it by like the posts. Big tree that we have to cut down. The other trees that are around, that are blocking off the other ends of the mountain, but the main peak.
Yeah, you could see where the sky meets the top of the mountain from right here, where when you are standing, you cannot see where the sky meets the mountain. You probably can see like a good portion of that first ridge.
If you're standing out closer to the the post area.
Yeah, so like if I'm in the kitchen washing dishes or cooking or whatever, and you're looking out this window,
if it's just a slanted one,
you won't see where the sky meets the mountain. Unless you have it right now. Because Gary, you did your thing yesterday.
I did my thing.
You did dust yourself off a little bit, baby.
But here's the thing, right? If I put it up like 10 foot, we might have been able to see. It might have needed to go like 12 feet almost. So I mean, like that's man, in a sense, like that's up there. So
I'm happy with how this is and all that we did yesterday. I kind of am like, with the A-frame thing, it's not going to be a make or break for me as far as like my happiness with our building. And I don't see it being one of those things that I go back and wish that we did. No. If you have that feeling, well then by all means, we'll scratch the itch. But like,
I might just make a template. Because here's my thing. If I were to do the A-frame, And like I was just saying, like, I don't want that thing to be 12 feet up in the air, like at the peak, just to see the mountain, right?
Yeah.
Or 10 feet. Like, I'm curious, can I see a bit more of the mountain aspect if it's only, because it all really depends on that slope. Where do I end right there? Because that's going to be the peak height, right? So once I figure that out, I will throw up. It's just 2 boards. Why not? Cut them up real quick and put it up, and then I'll have you stand in there and look.
From the
and
kitchen?
Then you can make your decision at that point, being like, yes, go for it, or no. That's not, I don't want it. I can't even see the mountain, you know? Because if you can't see the mountain, then
it's no point.
Why bother, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know. That's my logic, at least. But at the same time, I want you to, it's more so that way you can see it. It's not me, I have to come out here regardless, sit down or go to the post to be able to see because I'm so tall.
Yeah.
So it don't matter to me.
I don't want you to have to put yourself out and go through all of that just for me to see where the sky and the top of the mountain meet. Like,
no.
Because the beauty is in the colors of the mountain,
No.
And if I want to see what the sky's doing, I'll
peasy.
walk outside and go look at it. I think that we should just keep rocking and rolling with the straight personally, because I'm like, we made a plan, we set to it.
All right.
However, I am open to rediscuss the shingles versus standing seam. Because if we go metal, we are only going to go standing seam. We're not going to go with any other type of metal. That's going to be the type we go for.
That's got to be the one.
But it's literally 3 times as much as what shingles would cost.
Yeah. But
minimum.
Cost comparison, right?
But longevity.
You would pay almost 5 times to 3 times the amount of shingles costs, or no, 5 times to 8 times of what the shingles cost versus the standing seam because of longevity wise.
I see. No, I hear that.
You see, and that's why it's like,
I see that, but that's why I'm saying, like, I don't know what we should. The thing is, we got to get something on top of our roof.
Yep.
We've got the ice and water shield up there. Our huge big goal is to get the exterior of our home, right? Signed, sealed, delivered, finished. We need to get the exterior done, and there's so many more steps that we have to do in order to be at that point.
Yep.
And so I'm like, well, we've already done all this, and we know how long things take and how much things cost, and I'm trying to find that balance in between that. Yep. And it's not going to be the same for us as what it would be for you, because everyone's different with what's going on in their life and what they have at their disposal, right? So can we do standing seam? Yes. Yes, we can. Will it put off anything else? Maybe. I don't know. It depends on, like, the time. We want to be able to do this quickly, right? So if we want to do this quickly, we have to look at what we have and what we can do. So that's why we're like, well,
we'll
trying to figure it out.
We'll see what happens.
What say you? What do you guys think? And I know you don't know all of the particulars, but just out of hearing our thoughts today, which direction would you go, or you think you would go if you were us?
Me personally, I still say standing seam.
Yeah.
However, it is one of those things, right?
Yeah.
It is one of those things. Definitely is, makes you really just sit there and, go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth.
Yeah.
Especially when you're looking at the price. Like, when you're looking at the price, it's just like,
and look, that dictates a lot of the other things. Because if we throw all of this, like a huge lump sum at the standing seam, is that going to slow us down for the next things that we need, the materials for the next things that we're going to do? Absolutely, it will. So it's, and I'm fine with that. Like, I'm good with all of that. It just really depends on what we want to do and how quickly we want to get it done.
Yeah.
Because we got to be realistic about it all. So. Yeah. We'll come to a decision either way.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
One way or another, it's going to get figured out and it'll be done.
Yeah. And Gary, Gary's the deciding factor on it because this is his baby, so to speak.
Pretty much.
So it will be your final say, but. No.
And I have a feeling we're going to bite the bullet and do standing seam. We'll see. If it comes down to it where when you're done getting this all framed out and done, we just do standing seam on this side and then go over to that side to do, because then this whole side will be covered completely, and we don't have to worry about what if. This whole side's like, hey, that's the what if side. but we still have to work over on that side.
Yeah.
You know, so I don't know. We'll see. But then again, you get a cheaper price when you buy in bulk. So, yeah, there's always those. Mm-hmm. We'll see what happens with time. Time is going to dictate.
Time is going to dictate. And right now, time is dictating that we're going to have to get a move on it here pretty soon. But we got a lot of work done on this cabin yesterday as far as, getting the roof, this deck area roofed in. And so that way in the future, we'll be sitting here chilling in the shade because this will all be covered. And then downstairs will be covered and it'll connect into that roof that we were talking about. And yeah, but we did a lot of work yesterday. It was a lot of measuring and setting things up and taking things down. And now, essentially, everything is marked out and ready for us to take it down. And what we're going to have to do is we are going to have to take it down, and then those spots are going to need to get notched out. And those boards, whatever the heck their name is, that are going this way, are going to have
basically a girder, but
they're going to get sandwiched together.
As far as I know, the girders are what supports the underneath. And the top part, I want to say, is the rim board is this, and then the ridge board is what gets connected to the house or on the top of the roof.
I don't know the technical word for it,
and
but
the
it's
rafter.
The horizontal board.
Whatever
right now.
All right. The beam.
We need to stick 2 of those together, and then we're going to put it on top of the beam that gets notched out and make it extra stout that way. So we're going to probably start working on that as soon as we get this Real Talk up and going. Although I've got a last minute things I got to put out for Simple Life Reclaimed to get a video uploaded today.
No.
And I am going to have to run to the store to pick up like the dollar store. I got to pick up like 2 things. I need the actual board because Scarlett's got a school project due tomorrow, and I got to help her with that this afternoon.
No.
So Gary will be left with his own devices for a little bit today on taking these boards down, and like, I don't know if I would necessarily want you doing a lot of it by yourself.
No, I'm looking at it and I'm thinking about it. I'm like, I'm going to have to take these things down by myself. This is going to be interesting.
Yeah, I don't know if I necessarily want you to.
I mean, I can. There's no
you know what else you can
stopping me of doing it. I just I have to use a clamp.
Instead, well, until I'm able to help you out.
She's going to have me clean.
Come on, Mr. Clean. You know my way to my heart. No, you were just talking about moving all your tools up here. Right?
Man.
You was just saying how he wanted to move all his tools up here.
I swear, man. I need help with that. That's not just a me project right there, all right? There's some stuff in that maintenance room that's yours,
Man,
all right,
why
Missy?
I gotta do everything?
I need help with that, all right? I'm just saying.
Why
I need some help with that. There's a lot of small stuff.
I do stuff without your help. You could do stuff without my help.
See,
I do a lot of stuff without your help.
I have no problem doing this by myself. When it comes down to cleaning, it's like, man, that's a lot.
I don't want you doing this by yourself. You're gonna get hurt, and then it's gonna be really bad.
You're probably right.
I'm just saying. I love you.
All right. I'll get down there. Get it cleaning up. And I'll get it organized. I don't know about bringing it all up here, but I'll get in there and get it cleaned up where we can start bringing the stuff
I can help you bring up like the Bluetti and stuff because that stuff is heavy as a sucker. And I'll help you with all that heavy stuff.
Yeah. There's a lot. But there's some tables down there that we can bring up here, set up, find a spot that we're going to set everything in.
And I'll probably start working on too, like all that blocking that's downstairs up against like the stone or the concrete block pillars, all the cutouts that we have. I could bring them all upstairs and put them in here because we're going to be sitting up here when we do this blocking anyway. It can get all over here and get off of our patio down there. You know?
It would be nice to have that up here.
It would be nice to have it up here. And then just, So there's stuff that Gary can do and I can do and whatnot. But I definitely, top of my priority list, I got to finish up the last minute stuff for the video for you guys today on Simple Life Reclaimed. Oh. And I got to get the stuff that my daughter needs for her school project. Oh. And then as soon as I return from those 2 things, then I'm just going to jump in and help out Gary wherever I can. So.
However, I can't help it if I get that done down there and I jump back up here and start getting stuff going. Because I still have some stuff to do before I start pulling everything
Well, call
down.
a spotter or something so that way, or let Anthony or Rox know what you're doing. So if you start screaming, and if I'm at the store getting Scarlett's things and you're here and you're like, I'm going to go upstairs and take down that beam. Okay, let Anthony and Rox know that if, just to hear.
I hear you.
If you start screaming.
I hear you. I don't think it's going to be that big of a deal. It ain't nothing crazy.
I don't know. Yesterday I was holding up that board. I was all, come on, Gary, any day now, any day now.
Yeah, but I'm going to work over here first where the lighter boards are. All the posts have been sitting up here from this side, at least. So they're a little dry.
Yeah.
They're not like super soaked like the other ones.
I can't wait to show you guys, friends. I can't wait to show you guys. I'm sure you can imagine our posts with a line. That's basically what it looks like. But it was a lot of work to get to this point, and I'm really happy that we're back to working on the cabin and working on, the roof situation. Because one day this is going to be all covered in and be really nice. I don't think it's going to be too much longer, honestly. I know we always say that about everything. It's not going to be that long. But in the grand scale of things, it's really not that long.
No.
So
it's not gonna be that long. But at the same time, it's a process. I'm trying to enjoy this process. Mm-hmm. And that's the that's the big thing right there.
Yeah.
So I'm really happy with how everything's turned out, though.
Me too.
It's
looking good.
It's looking really, really good.
God is good. Life is great.
Looking at it, I might be able to cut them into place. Anyhow, you guys, we got some stuff to do, and we're gonna get today tackled and done with.
Yep. Today's going to be a good day, though. I hope that you guys are having a good day.
Mm-hmm.
Hope that you guys are daydreaming and considering options and talking it out and working it out. And I don't know, hope that you guys are on a good path, too. I feel really good about the path we're on.
Yep.
Day by day. It might not happen overnight, but one day we'll wake up and it'll all be done. And we'll be happy that we did it. So,
yeah.
All right. We're going to run. Love you guys. Till the next one. Hope you have a good one.
And we'll catch you on the next one.
Bye, you guys.
Later.